Hello, everybody. Welcome once again to Counselor's Couch 101. I'm Jim Stump. And if you'd like to leave a comment or communicate, please leave a comment below or send me an email at counselorscouch101@mail.com, right? Love to hear what you're thinking. Love to know what you're interested in so we can make these podcasts relevant to your experience and your needs or interests. I got a lot of interesting conversations. I don't know if I've told you this before, but I really like the people I talk to. It's sort of like if I don't have a good relationship with the person, we generally don't keep talking for very long, right? So I end up with a group of people that I enjoy talking with. I find them very interesting, and they keep educating me. I'm learning more from clients than clients ever got from me, and it's just true. Every counselor will tell you that. The other day, I thought an interesting point. A lady asked me a question. She said, some people say that you have to love your family, right or wrong, even if they are rude to you or hurtful and like that. You still gotta love them. You still gotta interact with them. You still gotta, um, make a life with them. And she asked me what I thought, and I said, I get you, I hear you, but I don't see why. This is just a personal opinion. I don't see why anyone would have to be polite to someone who's being rude to you. Does that mean that I think you should fight back and get defensive and battle all the time? Absolutely not. We've all seen those movies of Thanksgiving dinners with people throwing food across the table because they're mad at each other. These are family members. And that's the kind of thing I hear about a lot. Family squabbles, fights, arguments, and etc. And what do you do about it, right? Do you have to put up with it? Do you have to keep going back? A lot of folks estrange themselves from family members for just that reason. They've gotten to a point in their lives where they just don't want to fight anymore. It's not worth it to them to go have family gatherings or dinners or anything else because it's always problematic and they always end up upset. I don't think we need to subject ourselves to those things. Now, should we try to make good relationships with family members? I certainly would hope so, and I would encourage it where possible. But relationships take two people, at least two people, right? It can't be just one person taking all the hits, all the blows, all the insults all the time. And if both people are hurling insults back and forth, that's not good either. The idea is you probably want to discontinue that. I'm reminded by a post I made some time ago. I don't know if I mentioned it here. I think I did actually, but has to do with Superman. And I asked the lady, I said, "Are you familiar with Superman?" And she said, "You mean the superhero?" She said, I don't really know much about him, I know who he is, but I never followed it, never read any of the magazines or anything. I said, "Do you know the only thing that can harm Superman?" And she said, "Kryptonite?" And I said, "Yes." And I said, "What is kryptonite?" And she didn't know, right? She's not a Superman fan. So I told her, I said, Superman was born on the planet Krypton. And when the planet exploded, just before it exploded, Superman's parents put him in a rocket and sent him off, and eventually he landed on Earth. And then Krypton exploded, and billions of tiny little pieces of the planet Krypton shot into the universe. And I said, when the little rocks from that planet explosion landed on the Earth, they were called kryptonite. That's kryptonite, little pieces of the planet Krypton. And so I said to her, "What's the only thing that can harm Superman?" Kryptonite. And what is kryptonite? It's little pieces of home. It is the only thing that can destroy Superman, the only thing. All Superman can do with it is avoid it, pick it up with a 10-foot pole, put it in a heavy iron safe and lock it away because he can't be near it. It will kill him. I said, that really is, excuse me, that really is an apt analogy of what families can do. Families are that one element in our lives and experiences that can completely destroy us faster, more deeply, and more painfully than anything else we ever experience on earth. I'm not saying that all families do that. I'm saying that it's possible, and that the people who have been hurt by families are hurt in just that way, because they can get to you deeper than any other sort of a relationship. So she thought about that, and I said, are we required to subject ourselves to kryptonite, family kryptonite? Are we required to do that? Does it work? Or do we have an obligation to our own survival to stay away from it, to lock that stuff away in a very thick iron safe and make sure that it never gets out? We can't function in the world if we're being destroyed by someone, right? We can't be at our best. We can't accomplish anything if we are allowing people, I don't care who they are, to destroy you, steal your self-esteem, your enjoyment of life, or anything else. It doesn't work. If you're, say, angry or annoyed or upset half the week, every week, because of relationships and interactions you're having with people that are causing you to feel badly, maybe that's not in your best interest, even if they are family. Now, that could be a very sad thing, but at the same time, it's a necessary thing if it's occurring to you. If we have toxic family members and volatile relationships, maybe we should do something to limit them or maybe terminate them, right? And the other thing is to, when you go into such meetings or gatherings, dinners, etc., expect it and simply don't respond to it, right? If someone hurls an insult at you, pretend you didn't hear it and go on, ignore it. And some people say, well, I can't do that. And at that point, we start analyzing once again. Tell me a situation in which that happened. We'll dissect it and see where we can intervene at the earliest point in order to get a better outcome, right? There are ways to handle human interactions, and we should look for the ones that give us the positive results. So, my family, right or wrong, no matter what they do to me, I think there are limitations on that. There have been famous partners who supported each other but never spoke to each other. I can think of writing teams that did that on Broadway and in Hollywood. People that created masterpieces of entertainment and music, but they didn't talk to each other. They would do their work and send it over. They wouldn't see each other personally. And those were successful relationships because the people involved took steps that led them to a positive outcome, right? They agreed to disagree and they moved forward. If you can find that sort of an agreement with a toxic family member and that works for you, possibly that's the best choice. Just a thought. If you disagree, leave a comment down below or send me a lengthy email at counselorscouch101@mail.com. I'd love to hear what you think. And besides, all the comments and suggestions and questions I hear help to educate me. I keep gaining more and more wisdom and information as we interact. So bless you all. I wish you a very great week. And it was good talking with you. I look forward to speaking with you next time. Take care.